Hey everybody, I'm Elise Real,
And I'm Isha Bell.
and this is Full Time Black Women, a community for Black professional women to live, laugh, grow, and feel the soul.
So, what are we talking about today, Elise?
Today's topic is soft life in real life.
Soft life in real life.
Yeah.
That sounds like a dream. I'm gonna get one day. One day it's gonna be mine.
I feel the same way. I would almost hesitate to say, compared to, you know, maybe time a few years ago, we might be closer than we used to be. Maybe.
And I'm accepting that. I thank you for releasing it into the universe.
Yeah.
Grabbing it up.
Yes.
Skate with that. Is that what the kids say?
Now what the kids do, that's what I think so. I think so. All right. So we're gonna talk about it today. Creating ease, intention, and emotional freedom in a world that constantly demands more from us all the time. All the time. So we are diving into that topic and specifically how do you live a soft life when you are the head of the household? Because it hits different. It's not as clear cut as Instagram and all the socials, the TT and Facebook might have you say or think.
Mm-hmm.
So because let's be honest, soft like that content online looks real great, but it rarely includes the people who are paying the bills, managing the schedules, making the decisions, and holding everything together, sometimes by a thread, sometimes on the very tip of the last nerve that's left.
Mm.
So, we're going to talk about it and what softness looks like when you're the one in charge.
Oh my goodness, I love that. Because I need it. Okay, this is speaking to me. But we can go ahead and get started with those stats for that ass. Hey, stats for that ass. We bringing you the facts. What's some stats for that ass? Okay, so check this out, Elise.
Sad.
Before it became a buzzword on TikTok, like you mentioned, or on Instagram, an aesthetically pleasing Instagram reel, soft life emerged within Nigerian social media communities around 2020. It was a declaration, especially among Black women, that joy, rest, and comfort were not indulgences, but rights. I think somebody be talking about that. Somebody called the hustler healer. But anyways, we gonna get into that. We gonna get to that. The moment began as a rejection of struggle culture. We have spoken about that many times on our podcast of struggle love, you
Mm,
know, uh, put your dues in and stay
mm.
down until you can get lifted up until somebody sees something important to you that they can curate and turn into a diamond. You
Right.
already are a diamond. You don't need
That
that.
part.
But like the struggle culture, which is glorified, endurance is sacrifice as proof of worth. Look, you are already worthy. You were born worthy. You don't have to prove any worth at all. So
Listen.
instead, the soft life celebrated ease and rest as acts of power, self respect and love as non negotiable, and joy as something you don't have to earn. As it spread globally, Western media, like I always do, ultimately transformed it into a luxury aesthetic
Mm.
where plush fabrics and lavish vacations dominated the narrative. Okay. But at its core, the soft life has always been about agency and choosing gentleness where you've been told to be tough and rest when you've been taught to push through exhaustion. Tired. You can't afford a awe and tired. Go wash some clothes with that tired.
Right.
If you're
Go
tired, I give
suck
you something to
that
be tired
time.
about. So, in a 2025 Forbes article titled In the Soft Life Era, Millennials Put Wellness First in Their Careers. A millennial well being guide and sound bath practitioner, Jess Gray, suggests a big part of this new work and wellness mindset is recognizing that your worth isn't defined solely by how much you produce. Okay.
Mhm.
Your productivity does not gauge your worthiness in
That
this world.
part.
In a world where your value is often attached to your productivity, it is easy to get lost in your work. You and I have both been victims of this because of the times in which we were raised. It's rewiring your brain to tell you, no, this is wrong. And you're like, are you sure? So my whole life been a lie. Now you having another fucking crisis. You know what I'm saying? But it's really about understanding that you are human first and the care you take of yourself physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually fuels everything else that you touch. Everything else that you touch. We shouldn't sacrifice our well being for work. In fact, our work often flourishes in response to our own wellness practices. So,
Mhm.
let's get into how you can have a soft life in real life, even when you are the head of your own household.
Yes. All right. So let's get right into it. Let's define it, make it clear. What does soft life really mean? So Isha, you already broke it down as something started with women in Nigeria or Nigerian social media.
Which I did not know that. Did you?
I did not. I did not know
Because it got
that.
whitewashed quick,
Right. And
quick.
I'm just again am just so excited and still like, why was there ever a doubt that anybody other than black people created a trend and a movement that that was amplified and taken by storm?
Yeah.
So you already broke down that definition, where it originated and everything, but we're going to make it crystal clear right now. Soft life does not mean avoiding responsibility.
Mhm.
That still exists. You can't be delulu to think soft life removes all responsibility. Now that becomes dependency. That
Mhm.
becomes invalidish.
Mhm.
Phew. So it's not about opting out of adulthood or pretending life is a spa day either. Again, real life. The bills don't stop just because you go get a massage. The bills don't stop just because you decide I'm taking a luxury vacation to Paris and buying myself luxury clothes and all of these things. The aesthetic will have you broke pretty much.
Mhm.
So let's be clear.
Aesthetically broke.
That
That's gonna be
pleasingly
a new
poor.
trend. That's gonna be a new trend. Are
Right.
you aesthetically broke like me?
Are
Follow
you
me
pleasingly
to the
poor?
welfare office.
Do you look good but have less income?
Yeah.
You know, soft life is actually all about choosing ease where possible, protecting your peace, finding your peace, not just protecting it, recognizing what peace is, because some of us
Right?
don't know what peace is, creating systems that support you, leading with emotional intelligence. So, not um being on a emotional roller coaster. You gonna sing it? No? Okay.
Nope. I'm trying to practice control.
Okay. I said it for you, and I was hoping I did. I wanted to. Yeah, we bringing ease into the conversation. So, like I said, leading with emotional intelligence and refusing to let stress be your personality type. You are not the little anxiety creature from what's the emotions movie? Inside Out. You're not the little
All
Inside Out 2 to
anxiety.
be
Yeah.
specific. You are not the little anxiety creature. You are not just that. You can have a personality, you can have a character and embody a well-being that is not rooted in urgency, stress, the perfectionism, all the things.
Mhm.
So for the heads of household, softness isn't the absence of responsibility. You can take a deep breath and relax. You don't have to be anxious about that part anymore. A and B can exist. The exists is just the presence of intention. That makes the difference. You have to be intentional about finding and connecting with your peace, intentional about being emotionally intelligent, intentional about creating all those systems that support you and do right by you. Think of it as saying, I can lead without burning myself out. I can provide without abandoning myself. And I think the actual opposite is what gets pushed to heads of households, breadwinners, full-time black women in general is you have to put yourself last, abandon yourself first in order to preserve and take care of everyone else.
Yeah. Yeah. Everyone and everything, you know?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So the mental load and softness that comes with life, period,
Mhm,
but trying to transfer it into a soft life. So if you're the head of household, I'm the head of household with myself as a single mom with two young kids.
mhm.
Elise is the head of household with herself and her, very demanding, T'Challa.
Yep. Yep. Black cat. Yep.
I still think of the judgmental looks that I received from him
I'm so sorry.
recently. No, it's he stared into my soul that made me sit back and stare into my soul, and then we start staring into each other's soul, and then I was like, "Dang, when was the last time I just sat and had a staring war with anything, let alone a human, a person?" It really made me think of some things. So I don't know, he might
Yeah.
be a little psychic.
I
He might
think
be.
so. He's definitely a guru of some sort. I have learned some things. There's that whole staring into the soul feels like a type of meditation, if you will.
Like he hypnotizes you. Like
Yeah,
those eyes, those yellow eyes, they hypnotize you. And
they
I
do.
swear, it was 2 days before I saw him close his eyes all the way. I didn't think he could blink. I was like, "How is he alive and he doesn't sleep?" Because he does not blink at all.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, it definitely does something to you, but so you carry what you call the mental load or T'Challa. So it's the invisible labor, anticipating needs, planning ahead,
Mhm.
remembering everything, being the default decision maker. Decision fatigue is real. Okay. I did not know that that was possible to have decision fatigue until
Yeah.
I was married with 2 children, and I
Ooh,
just got tired of just
yeah.
making decisions for every single living being around me, including my dog that I had at the time. So, softness doesn't remove the mental load. Let's be honest, let's be transparent, let's let you know the realness, 'cause that's all we know how to do here on Full Time Black Woman. It does
Mhm.
not remove the mental load, as Elise mentioned, but it does just reshapes how you carry it. You're gonna have to
Mm.
carry it regardless, but you're gonna carry it with little support or you're gonna carry all the way. It just depends,
Yeah.
you know. So here are a few ways that you can help when it comes to the mental load of getting into a soft routine. Or just put your little toe into it, or big toe. It's up to you. I'd rather go big toe first. I ain't never put my
Right.
pinky in the water first. You know what I'm saying? Let me put your pinky in the water, do you put all of them? Anyway, so first, delegation. See, got you thinking, right?
Yeah,
You gonna live life big toe first or pinky toe first? See,
cause how
that's
does
the whole thing right there, right?
when you yeah. So when you do put your pinky toe, you gotta turn your whole body. That requires a lot more, like, flexibility and balance. It requires a lot more. If you just put your big toe in,
Because you
that's
can
like
do this to the big toe.
straight shot tip, you just straight in. I feel like that's the way to go. I
Exactly.
feel
I'm
like.
I'm living big toe first. I ain't
Yeah.
living pinky toe first. So
Yeah.
delegation without guilt. This is something that I'm moving into because my kids are older now. They're 4 and 7. That maybe some parents already did it. I have not, but we're embarking into chore chart, you know?
Mm,
So responsibilities, allowance, giving them something to do and taking off of me to do everything on my own.
beautiful.
So softness means you don't have to do everything just because you can. Okay. You can ask for help and we all live here. We all are going to chip in here. You can outsource to your kids. Okay. You can
Mhm. That
outsource to a cleaning service. You can outsource to a nanny to help with childcare. You can outsource to anything that you could take off your plate to reduce your mental load. There are options and services available for that. And sharing the load within your friends and family. There are people who really want to help you. You just have to
mhm.
ask. Okay. No one should be expected to carry it all on themselves. So
Yeah.
delegating without guilt.
Mhm.
Systems that support you. You have to have a support system. I know sometimes it feels so alone when you're like, oh my gosh, everybody else got stuff going on as well. Yeah, but you're there to help them, right?
Mhm.
So you should be able to receive the same care and thoughtfulness from others as well. So, systems that support you, a soft life is a structured life. I think that's the best way to explain it. Softness thrives in routine, not chaos. And
Yeah.
believe me, you could tell the difference in your body mentally and physically when you are in chaos versus when you're in routine.
Absolutely.
You can, because you know what to anticipate because it's
Mhm.
already been, I guess, tried and trusted to do
Mhm.
again. So just keep doing what works. No? And if it
Yeah.
doesn't work, then switch it up and do something else.
Yeah.
So,
And be honest about your chaos.
mhm.
Like, that's important because you
What do
you
you
can
mean?
be in
Explain that more.
chaos and think it's structured, and it might be like a structured chaos, and you thinking it's working for you, but it could actually be further refined and improved to be real structure that leaves you more room to maneuver, more room for peace and calm, more room to feel actually fulfilled and like, huh, I got time to spare.
Mhm.
As opposed to, all right, missed it by 2 seconds. I'm behind 2 seconds. Gotta adjust from there. So be honest about your chaos in that.
I was thinking more so with some people who it's like a whirlwind, when you get into places and spaces or just be around them on a regular basis. And they're like, oh, I know everything is. I thought you
That
meant like
too.
that. Be honest with that chaos of,
That's real too.
no, this is not normal.
Mhm.
You're trying to normalize something that's broken and you want
Mhm.
others to accept it.
Yeah.
But obviously it's impacting you in a negative way that you're constantly late, you're double booking things, you're
Mhm.
behind, everything in your life, you go on your own time on your own thing and it impacts others and you're not
Yeah.
taking accountability for that. So
Yep. That's true too.
another one is emotional honesty. Instead of powering through, you say, I'm overwhelmed. Woo! I need
Yep.
a breath work session with the hustle healer. Okay. I need a motherfucking break. I need a break. I need a motherfucking break. It's different. Hard stop on everything. Leave me
Mhm.
alone. You
Yeah.
know? Or you know what? I can't do that today. Yeah, maybe we could work on that for another time. It's not gonna work for me. That softness, that's leadership. That's
Yeah.
leadership in creating and curating your routine. That's leadership in creating and curating your peace. And that's leadership in realizing that boundaries are necessary for everyone, including yourself. So
Whew.
that's where we at. That's where
That's
we at, boo!
That is a word right there. So, all right, practical soft life habits for head of household. I know that's what y'all was thinking. All right, so I hear all that, but what does it look like for real though? Like, what are we talking about? All right, so some real life habits to make softness sustainable. A soft routine. Create morning and evening rituals that regulate your nervous system. Create that soft routine for yourself to start your day and end your day. It does not have to be elaborate. It does not require a whole bunch of buying new stuff. It's honestly just about grounding yourself. It's just about giving yourself a soft place to land or
Mhm.
a soft place or a solid place to take off from to start your day. There's also soft communication. So speak with clarity, not urgency. Clarity gets you a lot further than I need this ASAP, as opposed to I used to hate seeing that in the email. Hated
Girl,
it.
I don't operate that way. I really
No,
don't, like,
ever in
and I want
those
$1,000,000.
emails. Exactly. It's like, no. Instead of emails saying I need this ASAP, which eventually becomes like, I need air to breathe. Okay, well, what is the urgency for real? Speak clearly and say,
To
know,
breathe! Now you
oh
done took my last supply.
my God, yeah, that's it. That's it. Offer some clarity. Tell the person, hey, I need this by noon today because the client pitch meeting is at 2. If you offer clarity, there is a greater chance for things to move with
Mhm.
you as opposed to creating that emotional excitement that causes panic and sometimes paralysis in movement for yourself and others.
Just had a reaction to you saying that,
Really?
creating that emotional excitement that
Yeah.
causes paralysis, and, like, just hearing the words, I felt it.
Mhm. Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's a good thing. If it causes anybody else any type of like reaction, think about why. Think about why. Is it something you have experienced and have felt firsthand, or is it something that you create and potentially you need to question?
Yeah.
So say what you need without apologizing for it too. We not over explaining, but we are being clear about our needs. Soft boundaries, protect your time. Time is ever valuable. It is commodity so-called commodity. Honestly, time is one of those things you can't get back. It is very precious. Your time is extremely precious because you never know when it's going to stop. You never know what could or couldn't be done in the time you have. So protect your time, protect your energy too. Although you might be able to manufacture some energy with eating or watching something that's uplifting or just spending time with certain people, you kind of might feed off the good energy. Protect your energy because you could also feed off bad energy
Mhm.
that brings you down. So have boundaries there. Protect your peace. That is something that has been a mantra for some folks. But if you don't even know what peace feels like or is, then it's going to be difficult to protect. So you have to get familiar with your peace. Bring your
About to
peace.
say,
Go
some
ahead.
people don't know, like you said, who aren't familiar with peace is, like, some people don't even know they need peace, because
Yes.
if you only have lived in chaos and, I guess you could say, corruption in a way, corruption to your boundaries, then you're just
Mm-hmm.
used to just functioning in that, like, just it just
Yep.
when I think about chaos, when I think about not knowing what your peace is, when I think about not protecting your peace, I feel like you're just swimming in a landfill of trash, and you're trying to get to the top, and there's always something
Yeah.
pulling you back, like,
Yep.
"Ugh, get off of me!" Sorry.
When you said that, I thought like quicksand. I saw quicksand trash.
Yes. Get
Like,
off
the
of
more
me.
you struggle, the more you get sucked in, just a mess. So protect your time, energy, and peace. And you understand you can't lead well if you're depleted. You can't even think properly when you are depleted, let alone try to lead. So give yourself the things, time, energy, boundaries necessary to ensure that your energy, your spirit, your life force is above E.
Yeah.
Also, soft money management. And if you need that, you better holler at Time Certified Isabel. Absolutely, to get your finances and mindset about finances in order.
In the black budget.
Yeah, in the black
'Cause we gonna be
budget.
in the what? The black, not the what? The red, not the what? The yellow. I don't know what the yellow is, and we don't care. We gonna be in the black.
Piss poor. That's what it is.
Yeah, right? It's
Say less.
girl, I almost broke my neck. If you guys are watching this right now on YouTube, okay, we have been uploading all of our episodes onto our YouTube channel. Go ahead and follow us at Full Time Black Woman. But I caught myself doing a good old neck roll like I used to do back in the day, and my neck almost said, "Girl, back to me." But oh my god,
Oh, goodness. A little
this is over
stretch.
40.
So yes, financial softness. That includes planning ahead. Maybe you need to budget. Maybe you need to take stock of what is actually on your plate, what's actually coming in, and be mindful of what's going out.
Yeah.
Automate what you can. Perhaps that works for you, perhaps it doesn't. Either way, consider
Hmm.
what works. Find what works, know what works. Create a cushion, get that safety net. That what do you call it? What is it? What is it in the black budget? The money you put what's the emergency fund? That's what it is. Never mind.
Girl,
I got
I
it.
was like, yeah, emergency fund. I was like, many funds you can have, but I was like, I
Yeah.
didn't even want to get into it. Oh yeah,
That's a generic question, and there were too many answers. I know I did not give you enough. I had to be more clear. See? So creating the cushion and spending on things that reduce stress, not increase it.
yeah,
So that could be having a vacation more within your budget that does not increase your expenses beyond what's comfortable, what's manageable,
yeah,
thereby reducing stress by giving you that vacation and time away, but not increasing it by increasing the financial burden when things may already be.
or just giving every dollar a job. It could be as
Go
simple as that.
ahead.
Give every dollar a job. Tell them where to go. What's your duty this paycheck? You are for the light bill. You're for the mortgage. You are for our mercy fund. You
Hmm.
are for some fun money. You are grocery money. You are gas. I said grocery money. Don't ask me again. You have to delegate. Delegate them dollars.
That's a
Right?
put
Let me
that
go ahead
down,
and
please.
say that.
Put that down. That was good.
Delegate them dollars. Yes.
Yeah, I feel like this will be an episode of some sort where we have in the Black budget Miss
Cash
Isha
stepping
Bell.
101, baby.
Yes, breaking it
Couponing.
down. Breaking
I'm about to get back on my couponer, girl.
that sounds phenomenal. I remember when that was like huge. And then the last two are soft self-care. So not just the bubble baths, not just the spa days and the things like that, but breaking it down to the levels that give the most impact in wellness. So actual rest, take a nap. Like, now,
Sweep.
yeah, go to
As my
sleep.
nephew said, I'm sweepy.
Yes.
Do you want a broom? Oh, you didn't
But
get that joke. You're 3.
get your rest. There are 7 types of rest. We're not even worried about them 7 right now. We can talk about that another day. But rest, period. And don't apologize for it. Period. Look into therapy, counseling, the things that'll help get your mentality and your emotions on track instead of on the emotional or mental roller coaster that pull you out of rest, that pull you into urgency, that pull you all over the place, but stable. Say no. We have a whole episode about saying no in the archives. What, the art of saying no? I don't remember what it's called right now.
It's so
But
many. I mean,
it's so many. We got
we're creeping up on 200. You expect me to know all that? At least you cannot delegate that to me. I'm trying to be in my soft area as well. You trying to take me up off it. Trying to
and
get
I
me back into the
appreciate the
hard
clarity
life.
on that.
We
Appreciate the
both gonna
clarity
have our
on that.
fair share of that.
Clearly, I can't even delegate it to myself. We're gonna delegate it to you all, the listeners, to go back through the nearly 200 episodes that are out and see where that episode about no is. It's definitely
Yeah.
got no in the title. I remember that. Next would be nourishing your body, eating foods that actually fuel you, eating things that actually are good for you, and noticing how you feel when you eat things that don't.
Mm-hmm.
And then taking breaks before you crash, because your body will take you out before you decide to chill out, basically. And then soft relationships. Surround yourself with those people who don't demand hardness from you, who don't make you put on the dick drawers, who don't make you,
Put them on. I said, put on them dick hole drawers now.
right? The people who actually appreciate when you are calm, when you are relaxed,
Mm-hmm.
and support that in you. People who don't mistake your calmness for weakness and try to use you in those circumstances, and people who honor your humanity, that actually see you as a human being, you see them as humans in return, and y'all have a human experience together.
I love all of that, especially the dick hole draw. Very, very important. So, what about the hard parts? Let's talk about the parts no one posts on social media. You don't see this on an Instagram reel. You're not seeing this up on a TikTok dash. Guilt. Guilt. I feel it on a daily basis. I try not to feel it, but it creeps up in there all the
Mm.
time. It's like really like feeling guilty for resting. I talk to you about this all the time, Elise. I tell you, like, I wanted to do so many things today, but I end up just laying on the couch watching TV, or I end up falling asleep because I was exhausted. Damn! Did I just take a nap?
That.
What is wrong with me thinking that this body can tell me what to do? I control this body, not the other way around. Girl, if a liar was a person,
That.
yeah, no, not at all. Fear of being perceived as weak is softness. I don't think my view of softness is weakness. Maybe younger Isha thought that softness was weakness, but now that I'm older and I've been through some things, please, no. It's so powerful in my mind.
Yeah.
Softness is emotional mastery, to be unshaken. Like, we were just watching A Different World.
Yes.
And our perspective of Whitley Gilbert, totally different from when we were younger watching this show versus now as 40-year-old women. You said, you were like, wait, so should we be trying to be Whitley Gilbert?
Yep.
Like before it's like, oh my gosh, she's so annoying. She's a spoiled brat. But no, now you look at the show back, you're like, she was extremely sure of herself and she
Yeah.
stayed in her softness, but she was firm.
Mhm.
She wasn't no
Yep.
pushover.
She had her boundaries.
She had her boundaries. She had her routines.
Yes.
She stood on her own. She didn't need a crowd or support behind her. She would go against 10 people on her own, period.
Mhm.
And it really makes you look at her differently. Like,
It
we need to
did.
start a hashtag Whitley Gilbert.
Yeah.
Like the cultural expectations of being a Black woman. I feel like some cultures glorify struggle. Definitely African American culture, I believe, does that, especially when the history here, not our history period, but started off as chattel. What can you
Mhm.
produce? What are you capable of doing? What can you bring to the table?
It just it comes in different forms and different eras.
Yes, yes. So some families expect you to be strong, be the strong one forever. When you're the strong one, what? No one's checking up on you, right?
Right.
Softness is choosing a new pattern for yourself. Like, seriously, you are curating the life that you want when you decide to move to your softness. And
Mm.
there's nothing more powerful or engaging than that. Softness doesn't prevent challenges, as we mentioned before. Life is going to life. It's just how you allow life to impact you along the
Yeah.
way. It prevents you from collapsing under the challenges that life brings you because you have created I would say, like a soft crab. A shell, it's flexible, it can bend, but it
Right.
protects you at the same time. That's the best way I can think of it.
I like that. That's the boundaries of it all.
Yeah, like, I'm
But
soft, I'm
especially for
flexible, I can
yourself.
move, but
That's
at the same
good.
time, I'm protected.
Yeah.
Calm down, chill, do what I ask you to do.
So be a soft crab Whitley.
Yeah,
That's what we
we all hashtag Whitley Gilbert. Be
Yeah.
a Whitley Gilbert.
There you go. Words. So remember that softness isn't something you earn, that it is inherent character trait. It is something that you have the ability to enhance. It's not earned. You've done enough. You don't have to do any extra in order to get it. It's not a bonus question at the end of life's test. It's something you deserve right now. Exactly as you are, exactly how you show up every single day. You can be soft and it is okay. Consider all of the reasons that the world would want you not to be soft, all the reason it needs you to be hard, it needs you to produce, 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 and find out how you can actually give that back to yourself. How
Mm,
you can break those narratives and opt for the life that fulfills you, that gives you rest, that you get to curate to be the best life for you.
yes.
So, if you would like, you can journal, talk about, think about, consider the question that kind of revolves around the idea of soft life, which would be where can I choose ease instead of struggle? And with that, that brings us to the end of another episode. We hope you had a fantastic time. And remember, we are here for you full time from coffee to wine.
And play your power perfectly.
Peace.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us. Full Time Black Woman is created, recorded, and produced by Elise Reel and Isha Bell. For more opportunities to live, laugh, grow, and feel the soul, be sure to like, review, comment, and subscribe to Full Time Black Woman wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. Help us build this community by sharing with other full-time Black women like yourself. Visit our website at fulltimeblackwoman.com to see what's new or to reach out. If you have questions or want to add to today's topic, send us an email to contact@fulltimeblackwoman.com. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Fulltime Black Woman and on Twitter at FT Black Woman.